Hey everyone, ready for another deep dive?
I am.
All right, today we're exploring intuition, that inner compass. We'll be looking at a bunch of practical guides
Yeah.
and questions about intuition from all of you. Have you ever just gotten like a gut feeling about something?
Yeah.
That's exactly what we're going to unpack today.
It's interesting how for so long, intuition was seen as unreliable almost, like
Yeah.
mystical or something.
hmm
But now we're starting to understand how powerful it can be for an authentic life.
It's almost like we forgot how to listen to it, right? We're always told to be logical,
Yeah.
look at the data, all that.
Absolutely. True intuition is about knowing immediately, like an understanding beyond logic.
Okay.
Think of it as having like an inner GPS guiding you towards what's right for you at your core.
Okay. I like that inner GPS, but why is it so hard to trust that inner voice?
Hmm.
I know I've second-guessed myself so many times and ended up regretting it.
That's so common.
Yeah.
Our modern world really emphasizes logic and needing validation from others. So we're taught to look outside of ourselves for answers instead of trusting that inner wisdom.
Yeah, it's like we've muted that inner voice.
It is?
Oh, I totally get that. Like, I remember this one time I had a job offer. It looked amazing on paper,
Yeah.
but something felt off.
Yeah.
Ignored it, took the job,
Yeah.
and wow, big mistake.
And that's exactly how intuition can show up. It's not always this loud voice in your head.
Right.
Sometimes it's that hesitation, a sense of unease. The trick is learning to recognize those signals.
Okay, so how do we actually get better at recognizing and strengthening our intuition? I see in your notes that we've got meditation, body awareness, and journaling.
Right.
Sounds like we're building a little intuition toolkit here.
Exactly. Each one is a unique way to connect with your intuition.
Hmm.
Take meditation, for example. It's all about quieting that constant chatter of your mind.
Right.
Imagine your mind is like a radio.
Okay.
It's just bombarded with static, all your worries, that to-do list, even that annoying song stuck in your head.
Uh,
Meditation helps you turn down the volume on all that noise.
so it's like clearing the static to finally hear your intuition clearly.
Precisely. That's when you make space for those aha moments.
I like it.
And then there's body awareness. It's about tuning into your physical sensations, your emotions,
Okay.
what they're telling you.
So like feeling it in your gut is an actual thing.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You're learning to read the language of your body.
Cool.
Have you ever noticed a feeling of expansion in your chest when something really resonates with you?
Oh, yeah.
Or maybe a sense of constriction when something feels off?
Uh-huh.
Those are your intuitive signals.
Wow, so our bodies are always giving us clues.
They really are.
That's amazing.
And then there's journaling. That's like becoming a detective of your inner world.
Right.
By tracking your thoughts, your feelings, your experiences,
Yeah.
you can start to see patterns.
Oh,
You're
okay.
uncovering your own personal intuitive language.
So we're not just waiting around for some flash of insight. We're actually creating the conditions for it. We're clearing the mental clutter, paying attention to our body, and becoming aware of those internal patterns.
Yeah.
I'm getting a much clearer picture of how all this works.
Exactly. And the more you do all of this, the stronger your intuition gets.
Hmm.
It's like exercising a muscle. The more you use it, the more powerful it gets.
So let's say we are putting in the work and strengthening our intuition.
Yeah.
What's the benefit? What does a life led by intuition actually look like? What are the benefits?
It's like making decisions that just feel right.
Right.
Choices that are aligned with your values.
Yeah.
And it creates this feeling of authenticity when you live in sync with your true self.
Okay, so it's not just about avoiding bad choices,
Right.
but about aligning with who you are.
Exactly.
I like it.
And that impacts every part of your life.
Yeah.
Decision-making is clearer. You're more confident
Yeah.
because you're not second-guessing yourself anymore.
Okay.
There's this deeper sense of knowing you experience more purpose because you're on a path that resonates with you.
That sounds pretty amazing.
It is.
But realistically,
Yeah.
there are challenges, right?
Of course.
How do we know if it's really intuition or just anxiety disguised as a gut feeling?
That's so important. You have to learn to separate true intuition from those fear-based impulses.
Okay.
It's not about ditching logic completely,
Right.
but using your head and your heart together.
So it's like they work together.
Yes. Logic and intuition in harmony.
Got it.
And remember, building trust in your intuition takes time. You got to start small.
Okay.
Notice what happens when you follow your gut.
Yeah.
Slowly, you'll build confidence and trust those intuitive nudges more and more.
I like that. Start small and celebrate those wins.
Exactly.
So for those of us ready to start working on our intuition,
Yeah.
what are some things we can do right now, besides what we've already talked about?
Mhm.
I mean, are there any specific actions we can take to apply this to our lives?
The key is to experiment. Try meditation, body awareness, journaling.
Uh-huh.
See what works for you.
Right.
Even a few minutes of quiet reflection every day can make a difference.
Mm.
Start paying attention to those subtle feelings,
Right.
recurring thoughts, even those weird synchronicities that might be guiding you.
Like we're becoming more tuned into our inner wisdom,
Exactly.
learning to understand it better.
Yes.
What about relationships?
Yeah.
How does intuition play out in our relationships with others?
Relationships are a great example. Have you ever met someone
Mm-hmm.
and instantly felt a connection?
Yeah.
Or felt uneasy, but with no logical reason?
Oh, absolutely. Sometimes you just know if someone is going to be a good friend or not.
Right.
It's not always logical. It's just a feeling.
That's your intuition, picking up on those little cues,
Yeah.
body language, energy, even things people don't say out loud.
Wow.
By trusting those gut feelings, you can make better decisions about who you let into your life.
And this applies to all kinds of relationships, right? Friends, family, even at work.
Exactly. Intuition can help you build relationships that are good for you, ones that match your values,
Right.
and it can help you avoid those that might bring you down.
Like a radar for relationships.
Yeah,
It's pretty cool.
it is.
This makes me think about creativity.
Oh, yeah.
Don't we always hear artists and musicians talking about intuition and inspiration?
Absolutely. Intuition plays a huge role in creativity. Have you ever had like a flash of inspiration, an idea coming out of nowhere?
Oh, all the time, especially when I'm writing. It's
Yeah.
like a lightning bolt.
That's your intuition sparking that creativity.
Okay.
It's tapping into a source of inspiration that goes beyond just your thoughts.
So it's not just me, it's anyone who's creative. Right?
Exactly. Intuition fuels innovation, problem solving,
Yeah.
artistic expression. It's what leads to breakthroughs.
What about big life decisions, like changing careers
Oh,
or
wow.
moving to a new city?
Yeah.
Things with lots of factors to consider.
Those decisions can be overwhelming.
They are. So how does intuition help?
Instead of getting lost in the pros and cons,
Okay.
tap into your intuition to see which path feels right.
Hmm.
It's not about ignoring logic, but using it with those gut feelings.
So it's like a gut check to make sure we're on track.
Yes.
Even when logic says one thing and our gut says another.
Exactly. And it's fascinating.
Yeah.
Research has shown that people who use their intuition more often
Okay.
are more decisive, less stressed,
Wow.
and happier with their choices.
Wait, so there's science behind all of this.
There is.
It's not just some mystical thing.
It's not.
That's really cool.
Neuroscience is starting to uncover the mechanisms behind intuition.
Okay.
Studies show that the enteric nervous system,
Okay.
which is like our second brain in the gut,
Hold on. A second brain in our gut.
it's true.
I've never heard of that.
This network of neurons in your gut
Yeah.
is constantly gathering information from our environment, our experiences,
Ah.
our emotions, and contributes to those gut feelings.
So trust your gut is more than just a saying.
It is.
Wow, that's mind-blowing.
It really is.
So there's a biological basis
Huh.
for this whole trust your gut thing.
Exactly.
The more we understand how it works,
Right.
the more we can appreciate its power.
Absolutely.
But what about those times when our intuition seems to lead us astray? I
Yeah.
think we've all had that happen, followed our gut and realized it was a mistake.
It's important to remember that intuition isn't perfect.
Right.
It takes time to develop. Even people who are really in tune with their intuition can make mistakes.
Yeah.
The key is to see those as learning moments,
Okay.
not failures.
So it's about embracing the journey,
Yes.
trusting the process,
Uh-huh.
and knowing that even mistakes can teach us something valuable.
Exactly.
The more we learn about intuition, the more there is to discover, it seems.
It really does.
We've been talking about trusting ourselves, but it's a lot to take in.
It is.
Yeah, it can feel a bit overwhelming.
It definitely can be.
Intuition isn't one size fits all, right?
No, it isn't.
We talked about meditation, body awareness, and journaling.
Yeah.
But there are probably other ways to tap into that inner wisdom, too.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, what else can we add to our toolbox? What else can help us connect with that inner knowing?
One technique that I find really powerful is working with dreams.
Dreams. You mean paying attention to what happens when we're asleep?
Exactly. Our dreams can be full of symbolic language and intuitive messages. By keeping a dream journal
Okay.
and noticing recurring themes or symbols,
Uh-huh.
you can start to understand your subconscious mind better.
So our dreams are giving us clues,
They are.
but we need to learn how to decode them, like a secret code.
Exactly. And there are tons of resources to help you interpret those symbols
Okay.
and understand your subconscious.
And what about connecting with nature? How does that play into intuition?
Spending time in nature is great for quieting the mind
Right.
and bringing us into the present moment.
Yeah.
It allows us to tap into this deeper sense of peace
Hmm.
and connection, which can really boost our intuition.
It's like nature is a reset button
It is.
for our minds.
Whether it's a walk in the woods, listening to the ocean,
Yeah.
or just looking at the stars, connecting with nature can help us tune in.
I'm definitely adding more nature to my routine.
Good.
What other techniques should we explore?
Another practice that people find helpful is using divination tools,
Okay.
like tarot cards or oracle cards.
Tarot cards. I've always been curious about those.
Uh-huh.
How do they connect to intuition?
Divination tools can help us access our subconscious and get clarity.
Okay.
It's not about fortune telling, but about a fresh perspective
Right.
and connecting with our inner knowing.
So they're like a mirror, reflecting back our own intuition.
Exactly. Choosing cards and thinking about their meaning
Yeah.
can trigger intuitive insights that we might not have gotten otherwise.
It's like engaging with our intuition in a whole new way. Wow. So many amazing techniques.
There are.
But with all these options, how do we know which ones are right for us?
That's a good question.
It can be hard to know where to start.
You're right.
It's a lot to take in.
The key is to be curious.
Hmm.
Experiment. Try different things. See what feels good.
Okay.
Trust your intuition to guide you to the practices that you need.
So we're letting our intuition guide us,
We are.
even when it comes to developing our intuition.
Exactly. And remember, intuition is a journey, not a destination.
Right.
It's about building self-awareness,
Uh-huh.
trusting our inner guidance,
Yeah.
and embracing the unknown.
This deep dive has been so eye-opening.
I'm glad.
We've gone from feeling lost to having all these tools and techniques. It's so empowering.
And the best part
Yeah.
is that the more we connect with our intuition,
Uh-huh.
the more we realize we're not alone.
Okay.
We're all connected. And intuition is what brings us together,
Mm.
guiding us toward a more authentic, fulfilling life.
I love that. So as we wrap up,
Yeah.
what's one last takeaway for our listeners?
Never underestimate the power of your own inner wisdom.
Okay.
Trust your gut, listen to your heart, and believe in your ability to navigate life
I love that.
with clarity, confidence, and purpose.
For our listeners out there, let us know what you think.
Yeah.
What techniques have you tried?
Yeah.
What insights have you had? Share your stories. Keep exploring.
Absolutely.
And remember, your intuition is your greatest guide.
Until next time, keep diving.